Okay, like I was saying, I'll even show you the receipt. Right? Last Jedi, and so on and so forth. Right? America is a racist, rapist, eugenic country where they even make sure high school kids can't get a decent girlfriend so their despicable hellspawn can look good. Now ask yourself, and you say, oh, that's harsh, that's harsh. How should I feel about it? Is that not what they are? If their philosophies mirror the philosophies of hell, Lucifer trying to play God, them trying to steal, don't pay the worker his wages, right? I think I put it on my wall somewhere, where there's a quote that says, you pay the worker his wages, give people their rightful place, right? The angels, when they rebelled, it had to do with their place, right? They left their place and they did something that was not their place, and they defied the divine order when the sons of God saw the daughters of man that they were beautiful. Their philosophy is satanic. Their children are hellspawn. No, I don't think you understand this. They are some covert drugging, turned a blind eye to the black man's plight type of bitches. And I do believe there are people that have features that are similar to mine, as a matter of fact, that resemble Jews that are part of this process, among other people. Okay? I do believe there's a degree of blame the white man. But to think the white man has no part in it is stupid. If for nothing else, they're in denial. They don't stand with me. They don't stop everything and say he's right. All these white law enforcement agents don't stop everything they're doing and blow this thing open. They don't stand together and demand an immediate press conference. All these police chiefs should step down. All these sheriffs should step down. Anyone who does not immediately demand an immediate end to this kind of provocation, this disgraceful activity, this eugenic activity, this what should be unlawful activity. People hiding behind national security. The National Security Council should be dissolved. The intelligence community should all be forced in retirement. They should be fucking working in homeless shelters and shit for minimum wage. Okay? Absolutely disgraceful. The more you are in a position of social control, the more you should be put beneath everyone that's not. Disgraceful. All gang stalkers should be forced into community service and minimum wage jobs to help build this country for those people who are above that despicable activity, genetically, mentally, spiritually, and otherwise. Dishonored, despicable, no words for it. The upside down effect. These people that resemble the Jews, these elf-like peoples, are they the most athletic people? Do they have the most honorable forms of intelligence and wisdom? Were not their religions used to lead the world astray and to cover up my martial arts perspective, which is the only perspective that could have restored true order, true morality, true honor, true dignity? Disgraceful. Moral wisdom is the highest form of intelligence. Even the females from my tribe and the people from my tribe who score well, right? One of these people, I forgot her name, I didn't write down her name, some female outscored everybody. She was 15 A's higher than any Chinese, Indian, or white student in 2010. Okay, so she was the most, had the most academic excellence, 15 A's higher. Even A, right, reflects the number one, right? The falcon, okay, the hawk. A, Ra with an A. Versus Ra with an E, a letter that is right before F. It's really the F, right? It should be failed, and it's not even part of the grading system because according to their own system, they don't respect their own gender-neutral Ebert bitch shit. They screened out the moral guys for generations. If I say things like, sometimes I feel like I should blank the oppressors. Okay, if Martin Luther King had said something like that, should people then stop and say, hey, are you okay? This is not consistent with the rest of you. This is not typical Christian talk. That is maladaptive speaking. That is deviant behavior. Should we then say that, or should then crumple up everything psychiatrists have to say and throw it out? All you sexy psychologists upholding mental health, yes, you should be fucking completely disgraced. You should be living in a state of extreme poverty. Everyone who's hoarded themselves to the system, extreme poverty. This is so when you look at it, right, by the time you factor in who did what and why and how everyone's complicit, yes, the world is going to hell. It is not my duty to bash them any further. Even in the part one, I believe I said that I'm going to try not to do that. And don't you see how just to describe what is going on leads to this, whether I like it or not? When you start describing despicable behaviors, should you try to downplay it? Well, he raped her. I'm sure he just slipped and he accidentally put his dick in her pussy. Or somebody put somebody under mind control and they raped somebody. I'm sure they just slipped on, they just slipped and accidentally did a very complex experiment that caused somebody to rape somebody else. When people put drugs in the black community and so on and so forth, I'm sure the CIA just accidentally dropped a few packages out of a fucking plane and they just handed it, and so on and so forth. It's stupid. All right, this is scientific behavior. This is calculated behavior. This is conning. This is cunning. This is evil. Okay, there's no place for pretending to be right with the Creator. I go as far as to say the animals despise us for what we're doing. They're starting to see that, hey, these people, they've changed over the years. Okay, in the last couple, last tens of thousand years, or a couple 100,000 years, or whatever, they have changed and they have become despicable scum. They have this kind of lukewarm energy, this bitch ass shit. They go, oh, I love nature, just despicable. Get it through your new age heads. The universe despises you. Nature despises you. You are destructive. You are petty. You are unnatural garbage. How in an unnatural mind state do you expect to have harmony with nature? It is stupid. It is petty. It is retarded. You are no more the friend of an animal in nature than a lion hunting a zebra is the friend of that zebra. Okay, and the zebra does not look at you, favorably. The animals do not look at you favorably. You are unnatural garbage. The Creator despises you. Nature despises you. The only hope you have at redeeming yourself is to take the red out of redemption and truly understand what it means to be redeemed in the true spirit that is the strength of the sun, the spirit of marshaling in the true order. I pity the women that go through the motions of gang stalking me and think they can do little bitch shit and magically they'll be right with their ancestors and the Creator when they die. I pity the men. There is nothing I can say that would change that. Even if I said exactly what you want to hear, the bottom line is that is the truth. When somebody's driving off toward a cliff, right, and they're going to drive off a cliff, do you say what they want to hear and then they drive off a cliff? How much more with their souls and the souls of their kids? It is my duty to say that you are in defiance, you are violating the sacred covenant with the Lord, and that if you do not stop before I die, all hope is lost for you, your families, and your children. Is this what I wanted? No, I'm inclined to get along. I'm the type of guy who gets along with everybody. I've said it many times. I mean it. I wanted to have love. Why do you think I almost killed myself? Right? Life is not worth living without love. You think I'm bluffing? You think I didn't go up that fucking hill right there and didn't put a 38 snub-nosed revolver or whatever it was and spin the chamber, the barrel, the chamber, and I think I just pushed it in and then put it to my head and pulled the trigger twice and then pointed to the ground and pulled the trigger the third time and there was a bullet there? Now some of you are sniveling bitches saying, I wish he would have died. And that's what you actually think because you're sick. When you're saying that the hero of the story of life, right, the true story of life, the most depressing story ever heard when you realize the deeper implications of it. Okay? When you believe that this person, you wish this person was dead. When you believe that you hope your daughters don't date this person. When you want to cover up what this person is saying. You are sick. No matter what you think your justification is. If you don't stand with this person, you are sick. Society is sick. And I'm the only one with a cure. And it is despicable that they can't come up with a more logical and viable argument than that. But yet, they'll cover this thing up. And they won't stop.